So we've got the brand new base Thunderstruck or Centurions icon pack that we can complete multiple times. It is 87 plus, so the bases are at least capped at some point. When it comes to the Thunderstruck and Centurions, a few higher players that you just don't want to get naturally. So we'll go through it. We've got a 1 of 3 pick, and obviously we've got a few players that we've got duplicate now that can come back in. Everybody else can go. Hopefully we get something big, and it can be completed, I believe, 4 times over. Here's my one. We'll just skate past it. And this is kind of the reason why we want to go over this, because you are going to put a lot of fodder into this, maybe for not a return. So we have got the upgrade. It should be here somewhere. I think you've got it. Or is it not? It may not be. It's not repeatable. It's repeatable in 4 days, in fact. So you can do this again. In terms of the SBC, we have a team of the week and an 86. We have an 87 and a team of the week and an 87. So the way I would grind this out personally is by starting off with the team of the weeks if you want. There is high risk, high reward as natural. The SBC currently is coming in at 340,000 coins. So that is a huge price. And Raul, being the highest rated that I got, he is currently coming in at 167,000. So it's definitely not the worst you could get in terms of rating. It will help to go back in if you don't need him. So what I would do from the very start, because 2 87s and an 86 is a decent upgrade that you can go with, I would personally go and get your team of the weeks first. Because as we're grinding through this SBC, you want to have at least the team of the weeks first. Because naturally, if you want to finish an SBC and you don't have a team of the week, they could hold you back massively. Now, in terms of team of the week value, I know the SBC currently is about 20-something thousand coins. And we've got team of the weeks coming in at about 38 by the looks of it. So 38,000, which is a very high SBC. You could practically nearly get away with 2 SBCs per purchase of a team of the week. So I would definitely go and do this first. You only need 2. Naturally, an 87 and an 86 rated SBC. If you can choose, I would try and at the very minimum get at least the 87 you kind of need at the minimum, an 85 I would say, unless you are utilizing some 88 rated cards. That again is going to be down to how your club's stocked. So I would be trying to get the 80, at least 85 to say 87 for the 87 SBC, and you could argue an 84 to an 86 for the 86 SBC. These are all the packs you get back. We've got a guaranteed of an 82, no guarantee, and an 81. So again, this could help with the value at some point if you do manage to pack anybody worth value in here. Naturally, when it comes to tradable packs, if you are struggling with coins, I would just try and sell everybody from here, as obviously it may not be loads. It might save you 10 to 20k if you don't get any big pulls, but there is a potential of somebody. If you get a team of the week, even better, because you can sell them then for 40k, which lowers the SBC cost. That is going to be all natural. You're not going to be able to really quantify that without actually opening the packs. And if you're lucky, you're lucky. If you're not, then unfortunately, it just is what it is. I put him up for 10k. And then obviously with the rare mix, they tend to have the best pull rate, or rare electrum, in fact. That is just a normal, Denmark. So no walkouts whatsoever for me there, unfortunately. But that is the game that we play. We're going to whack him up at least for a K. So we get at least a little bit of value back. Now in terms, Prem. No, not Prem. Championship. Still goes for nothing. So unfortunately, they are going to be absolute minimum for everybody. So the way I would start this off, like I said, definitely going in for the grind on the team of the week picks. That's going to be number 1 on my list. So if, for instance, we've not started that, then obviously we can get in with the upgrade packs. So we have got a lot of SBCs. So this is why I would say make sure that you're wanting to do this SBC, because we have got a lot of good players. Rather going after that big pull, you could go and finish an Alisson. If you wanted Sterling, then he's there. I say Mbappe, if you've not started him, it would be a risky job right about now, starting him at 13 days left. That's going to be a lot of fodder to get through in 13 days. If you're willing to spend money, then that could be done. If not, then I would personally leave him. We do have Muriel as a squad foundation, in fact. But then really the big ones are from the icons. We've obviously got Maldini now that I'm going to be finishing very soon. We also have Eusebio, we have Hullet, we still have Zidane for many, many days. So make sure that you are one to do this upgrade, because it does take off 3 big SBCs that could be put into somewhere else. So the way I would start it, especially if you've got very little in the club, go with your daily silver and bronze. Naturally, they are the easiest. Get your bronze and silvers done. Then from there, I'd be looking at the daily gold. They should have the same amount of days going at 12 days to go. 3 SBCs every single day. What this allows you to do is get golds into the club for bronze and silvers. It's as simple as that. There's no other reason why I'm doing this. You can get pulls, there's a potential, but it's very unlikely.
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
The main thing I'm doing is just stocking the club. So now I've done that, so all of them are done. I will then go over to the Premium Mixed League SBC and we can grind it out from here. It's very similar to the method that I normally choose, but not everybody looks for Maldini, not everybody looks for an icon pack, so I do both of them so that obviously everybody gets their fair shot, as the main thing that I don't want you to do is spend money on the game. It's natural. Sometimes if you've got the money and you really want to, then by all means, I'm not going to stop you. But this game is designed to very much suck you in. I've been there. I've done a lot of points. We're not making any money off the game. And that is something that I personally don't like about the game, but I understand why. It's not the only game to do it. Fortnite has multiple skins you can get. Rocket League has cars you can buy. Madden has packs. NBA has packs. Even WWE has some sort of Ultimate Team. Every game is about that microtransaction. It's natural. So it's always best to know the best methods to grind this out. So we're going to go through the League SBC quickly. I normally can do this pretty quickly now, as I've been doing it for many years. So the way I would do this in terms of the league gun, I would have a look through my squad and find a team with 6 players. As they changed it, it is absolutely golden the way they have done it, because it just makes life so much easier. So I normally find one league gun team with 6 players. I then go over to the Eredivisie. Then we can go ahead and go low to high. If you want to go untradeable, you can go untradeable by all means. But realistically, all of these cards are going to go into the League SBC at some point. So there's no point going beating around a bush, everybody in. We're going to get more than enough back. So we'll grind all these in, move them across. There's 10. Jobs are good. We'll go through all of the packs first, and then naturally we'll kind of open them at the end just to show you what you can do with the profits. So naturally we've got that one. I tend to just follow whichever order I kind of want to go with. There's no specific one I go with what I complete first. When it comes to Bundesliga and Serie A, I alternate between the two of them, so I have a look and see if there's any silvers. If I don't have any silvers, I'll just start tapping them in. So what I'm doing here is just making sure that all of the SBC cards are one club apart. I don't have any clubs that are the same, because naturally that's what's going to make it a bit more difficult, as you need one club per position. So then we'll look at some 82s. We'll kind of just go through. The one that I always get with is Stuttgart. Stuttgart and Leverkusen, not Stuttgart, Leipzig and Leverkusen I always get confused at. And then Union Berlin I randomly throw in there. So that's more than enough rating. If you wanted to cap the rating, that's absolutely fine. But it's not necessary. Literally, I said it quite myself there. So then if we go goalkeeper, and then we go a centre-back, that should be golden. Beautiful. Get that done. Then we do the exact same for the La Liga and Prem. This requires, unfortunately, a 79 rated team, so I don't tend to use too many silvers. If I can get away with it, normally I do have some of the La Liga silvers. Bronzes, unfortunately, are just not going to work. If you do have some 73, 74s, that could be a little bit better. So naturally, I would use a couple of them. Again, I'm looking for cams and CDMs if I can, making sure I don't have the same team. I don't. That's perfect. And maybe could we squeeze one more in? You can't play cam, so that's always beautiful. We shall go with a right back. I don't think I had Valencia in there, did I? I think that is golden. So straight away, there we go. We've got 6 players in, and naturally now I need to bump the rating up. Because we've got a couple of silvers in there, we need to really go a little bit more on the Prems. And normally Prem, I tend to have quite a decent amount. So we'll start at naturally the 82s, just to kind of get ourselves in there. I know I've got a goalkeeper already. Paqueta is going to be fantastic. Lo Celso is also, yeah, we got City, is going to be beautiful. We then have City already in. Did I go right back? I think I did. I did go right back. Can he change any position? Right mid. So that isn't going to work. We'll go Manu Amrabat then. And then I think he can't go centre defensive mid. We'll just go Brighton. That should be enough chem more than anything. So if we change over to you to right back. We move the right back here. We could then go, ooh, we did pick a CDM already. So could we go him there? We've got a cam there, which should nearly give me it. I did need a striker. We've got the rating, so we know an 80 rated is going to be more than enough. And realistically then, a striker should finish off the job. Just make sure that's 79 rated. Of course it is. Why would it not be? So what we'll do is we'll go with you there. And then I know full well that's going to drop the rating, isn't it? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? It would make life so much easier. And this is why I don't dabble that much. We shall go. Did we put an Arsenal? Oh, did we put an Aston Villa? Oh no, it's not going to go 79. Why am I debating this? We've got to go Arsenal. So this is why I don't always put my silvers in. Naturally, putting in a few 83s if you really need to. It's not going to break the bank, as obviously silvers 83s do come in quite a load. There is so many of them nowadays. And then we move over to the Lib and Sud. So this should be a little bit more complex because I did this SBC not too long ago, but we're going to see, can we get through it without actually having to buy anybody? Because naturally, that is going to be the biggest thing going. So I want to make sure that I get the highest rated cards in here. We've obviously got them too, and I think that's going to be everybody there. Then we have Sudamericanas. I don't have any golds there, so we're just going to have to play by ear. We go down to 65. That's going to make it a little bit more tricky for that 74 spot because obviously the rating needs to be a little bit higher. You tend to have to use the golds. So normally what I would do here, if I can find at least your 73, what rating has that taken it to? Of course it would. We've got a couple of 70s here, so maybe, just maybe, it's going to be kind to us. So if we got out a 71 for a 65, lovely. That is exactly what we want to see. Swap them over. Can anybody play left back? Of course they can. Job's a good one. What I would do with this, if you are struggling for the golds, naturally there is two perfect libs in Cannavaro. Buy him for the SBC, see what happens. Cavani and Fernandez, both 79 rated, normally between 2 to 3k, depending on how much pressure is being put on the league SBCs, hence an objective. So once you've grinded through there, we get it all done. So we haven't actually had to buy anybody. You're not going to be in that lucky scenario. If you, well, you could be. It's just assuming. But if you do need to buy somebody, that is fine. The SBC in total is coming in at about 25,000 coins. So what we do from here, we have 5 packs that you get back every single time. So this is why the daily golds are going to be very, very vital in grinding through. And the big thing is we get a jumbo gold pack and a small prime gold players pack. This is what's going to give us some sort of value back. So the first pack, we're going with a small prime. Naturally, you could get some decent players out of this. Sometimes you just don't. It's just a numbers game. You tend to get a couple of informs normally is what I get from here, which is going to be perfect if they are still upwards of 40,000 coins. So what I would do from here is just grind out everybody in this pack. Obviously with the 84s, they're going to be needed a little bit more from the SBC today. So that's 2.5. Again, I kind of know the values of most of these. They tend to be just one above minimum. Rares, I tend to go 700. Maybe if he's Prem, I'll go 750. So roughly we've made about 5 to 6k off that one with an 84, which is always nice. We then get the Jumbo Gold Pack. That is going to be hopefully, that's just a common. Wow. That is just a common. I thought we might have got a rare at the very minimum, but that's still fine because what we can do from here, an 82 sometimes has some value. As you see, 600, it's not the worst thing in the world to not get a rare sometimes. I'm going to put him up for 800 and see what he goes. We'll go 550 for Rakitic. We'll go 450, and then for the rest of them, we tend to just go one above the minimum. They normally sell pretty much on the first round, so that is absolutely fine. So that's going to be another, say, 3 to 4k value on top. We then discard everything else. If there's something there that you can sell, definitely sell it, and then we're going to go 450 for him as well, and then we have 1k on the discard there. So realistically in that, we've probably made 7, probably about 11 to 12k, rough maths, which then is basically half the SBC. So technically what you're looking at here, it's 3 packs you've paid 15k for. Naturally, as we grind through, it isn't just these packs that we've paid for. So if we do manage to get somebody of a good level, we're going to get, oh, 85, nice. Okay, so that's a great one back, 4 packs. I think I do have her as well, which is always nice. So we're going to have to put her into the reserves at the moment as I just grinding through. And we've got loads of refreshes on the quick sell recovery. And then we've got the small rare gold, which hopefully if some fire and ice want to come out, that would be perfect as well. We've got German centre back. It's going to be a Gunter, I believe, 84. Nice. So again, we got an 83 as well that we could put in. Unfortunately, these two, for the purpose of the video, will go back into an SBC at some point. But if we do have them untradeable, kind of valued there, we can obviously either sell them or put them into an SBC straight away. And the prime gold players is going to give us a walkout, hopefully. Parejo, I think, double. It's been a while since I got a double. So we got Parejo from that. A good 86 that we can go back in. We got an 81 and 280, well, 77 and an 80 on top as well. Again, we are selling players that we've got tradable in the club, just naturally so we can obviously make a little bit of coins back as well. So from there, so say we've done this 5 times, because naturally it doesn't take you that long to do it that often, and the more you do it, the quicker you get, trust me. Once you've really nailed down all the players you need, the positions for the chem, the level for the rating of the team, you should be able to do it easy. Even with buying players, just as a quick insight, whenever buying players, what I would tend to do is I would go in here, and then you can either go, if you know the players, then naturally you could put them in concepts, but I would just go straight to here, straight in, Prem, I'd go whatever position I want. So say I want CDM, literally in bish bash bosh, get yourself in there. Another good way, if you are looking for a rating, you know the team. Again, going into the concept, say I'm looking for Ericsson. I know he's a centre mid. We'll go into concepts, get straight on Ericsson, and naturally, if you can search on market here if the compare price is not there. Just straight away go for the minimum, bring him in straight away. Don't bother going on the transfer market on the home screen, it's too long. Go through the SBC, so much easier to do, and you can grind them out if you just put them in concepts and buy the team, if you don't have anybody. Naturally, through the packs, you should get some players in and you should be able to make some at work. So from there, what I would do is then either any of them SBC players, say we got the 84, the 83s, could go into your team of the week pick if you haven't got enough straight away to do it. If, for instance, you've done the 86, you're looking for a big 84, 85 to 86 for the 87 rated SBC, then go ahead and put that 83, 84 into the 84 times 5. It's going to be a good grind. 82 rated team with one team in a week. It's a perfect grind out for just any SBC player. So we've got an 83 here. I'm quite happy for him to go in. It's an 82 rated team around, so realistically, I'm only looking at, 81s and a couple of 82s. I will go untradeable for this, as naturally I want to put in as many untradables as possible, because I want to be able to grind it out a lot easier without having any tradables in it. Plus, I'm keeping the value at the very minimum into my club, because untradables are the thing that is just going to keep your club from making any coins. We've even taken out that 83, which is always nice. So hopefully, don't think that would be the rating. I feel like I need one more 82. Oh, imagine. I'd have been an SBC king if I got that right. I actually need a couple more, so we're going to go with you. I try and pick off some of the non-league SBCs as well. Pretty much every major league, then minus kind of Eredivisie as well, are ones to keep. Everything else can go. Portuguese league, Saudi, any women's league, what else? You could, literally any league that's not the 5 major and Eredivisie, everything else can go. So from this, we get the 84 times 5. This is going to be a great fodder builder for hopefully a double walkout. Saka or Mead. No doubler. Don't like no doubler, but we did get an 87 at a minimum. Who else did we get in here then? Ooh, a lot of duplicates and a lot of 84s. That is exactly what you don't want to see. And all of them are untradeable. So this is the perfect scenario to be in if you have got enough to go and do one of the SBCs for the icon. Or you could go ahead and put them back into the team of the week. That's how it works, is the whole point is grinding everything round. Now, in terms of what I said when doing the League SBC, that you're not quite finished, if you get any good any good players that you obviously are going to put into SBCs, you naturally get tradable packs back. So for instance, I'm doing this grind just naturally because you can do this for anything. You then go and do Havertz. You get a Jumbo Premium Gold, Small Rare Gold Players pack. That is going to be tradable and technically is part of the value of all the cards that you are grinding out, because you're going to get them from that method. So even if you've paid 15k then, maybe you've paid another 5 times, you've done another 15k, you've got to about 100. We then get to finish Havertz. This comes off the value as well. So if you manage to get 2 team of the weeks, you manage to get something good out of the Havertz one, you've totally net spend is 0 because you have grinded through and tradable stuff is sold. It's why I really like the challenge SBCs every day. Premium gold players, get it all gone. All of them daily golds are going to be really easy to grind this out and just send them back in. Make sure you're using the 1 silver, make sure you're using the 10 golds as minimum value as you can, and just grind through. It is so easy to grind this game with time. That is going to be the biggest thing when doing upgrade packs, is the time of what it takes. If you are just naturally grinding through and not really bothering with any of the more hardcore grind, then fair enough, because time is of the essence. It's not easy to sit here for hours on hours. Not everybody has it, unfortunately. So it is dependent on what you wanted to do and the level. Because somebody asked me on the Maldini one yesterday, do I do the mix upgrade? Because naturally, it's still a good upgrade. You still get the 2 packs that give you tradable stuff. You get a gold pack and a small prime. May not seem like a lot, but realistically, I'm only giving in bronze and silvers. I can grind through the bronze pack method, go and do these. I would say no. There definitely is some element to doing this. If you've already got it in your club, then it's not harm in doing it. I just personally prefer going with the premium just to get the most amount of packs back. It is still a viable option for the small rare gold players, but realistically, I don't like using all of my time on that, because naturally I could grind here for another 5 hours doing this, or I could go and grind the premium gold for another 5 hours and potentially get more. You technically get bigger packs, which should give you more. I'm not saying it will, because we know full well that the smallest packs in the world have sometimes been your best ever. And that is all I'd do. So I'd grind through this premium mix league. I'd then obviously do all of my dailies every single day. Make sure you're grinding through them. If I need a couple of bronze and silvers to finish it off, we've got the premium bronze right here. That's going to give us more than enough common silvers. And then naturally keep going through the premium. We then get to a duplicate untradeable. We can then obviously take the pick of an 83 player pick. I could do into the 84 times 5. Or I could give myself a challenge at doing one of the icon SBCs. 86s, realistically I'd be using as many of the 86 actual. You'd need at the minimum, say you've got an 85 team of the week, you would need 10 86s at the minimum left. I would try and go for the 87s first if possible, but I know full well it's not always the ideal scenario. So make sure you are trying to go for top down, realistically, rather than the other way around, because if you put some 87s into the 86, that is going to make you a little bit further away from the 87 as well. So Team of the Week packs first if you can. Get your 2 Team of the Weeks set for these 2 SBCs. Grind out the premium leagues, winter wildcard for any duplicate untradables that are obviously not league SBC bound. Then obviously we'll get something tomorrow for general upgrades, so more than likely a player pick. Then you want to put them either into the player pick team of the week again, into the 84 times 5 every day, and then back into the icon SBC. Let me know if you do have any more questions though. Make sure you like and subscribe. I try and give you the full detail while showing you. Hopefully I have done that, and if I have, subscription is always beautiful, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.